Hi, everybody. This is Greg, and today's topic we're going to be talking about hazard assessment. What exactly is a hazard assessment? Well, basically, it's like going around and looking for hazards that may affect your home or business. For instance, just out of the sky blue, take a look at like a four-way intersection. You have a four-way intersection where all the corners have a stop sign. And what would be the hazard of that? People speeding through the intersection in a high rate of speed, not stopping at the stop signs, and what does that result into a car crash? So those are things, an example of what a hazard can be. It's taking something and then what's the result of it that can be negative and that could cause an issue. So that's kind of like just a basic knowledge of what a hazard is. And then the hazard assessment would be taking like a survey or even, asking yourself questions, what kind of things that can result into something that could be larger. So, for instance, take a look at your house, and especially if you have children, and you're walking around the house, you're saying to yourself, what kind of hazards are in my house? Well, especially again, like with children, you got children, you got toys all over. Well, toys is a hazard. And what can result from that? Stepping on a toy and you could hurt your foot, you can fall down. Even a child, your own child, could take that toy and, especially if it's small, and put it in their mouth and they can swallow it. So those are things that you look at, and it's a great activity to utilize your children or your grandchildren, your niece and nephews, and just have them go around and look for little things because children are very, very curious and they're very smart. So I think it's a wonderful idea to utilize them in helping you with your hazard assessment with your emergency plan. And also the hazard assessment, I call it more of your outline. It's your basic skeleton to start building on your emergency plan because without that, you really don't have an emergency plan. So you have to have something to kind of go over. So again, like go around your house, you got your toys that could be hazards. Go around the kitchen and say, okay, what can I find that's a hazard here? Well, you got appliances, you got maybe a gas stove, electric stove, you may have a griddle that's out, blenders. Those all can cause hazards. And you start listing them. And like I said, if you could have your children involved, you could take like a piece of paper and divide your house into different rooms, like your living room, list the hazards, bedroom, list the hazards, bathroom, list the hazards, basement, list the hazards, garage, list the hazards, and interior, you start building. And, then start asking yourself questions. What can start a fire? Do we have candles? Do we have gas? Do we have anything that's electrical? Do I have something that is close, like a candle close to a curtain? And if I let it go or it gets knocked over, will the curtain catch on fire? So you start asking questions, not only looking for objects, but you could also ask yourself questions. Then you could take that hazard assessment and now go outside your property and of your house. You walk around the lawn. Do I have branches that need to be cut down? Because you never know if you have a windstorm or a tornado come through, it can knock the branch down and it could hurt somebody. That is a hazard. Do I live near a river or a stream? Does it flood? Because flooding, rising waters can, flood your lawn. It can even flood in your house. Those are all hazards. Then you could take it another step and do like a demographic ways of doing things. And if you don't know the answers to these questions, you can ask your local fire department, your emergency management agency that's in your city or county, or even the American Red Cross. And you can ask yourself, okay, what kind of weather do we have here? What kind of, do we have a tornado that comes through here? Do we have a snowstorm or a blizzard? And it doesn't have to be in the United States. Remember, this can happen anywhere around the world. Hazards don't only hit certain locations. It doesn't matter what state you're in, what country you're in, they're all over the world. And you can even take this even on your trips. And I even mentioned that before. Do hazard assessments when you get to a different country. You hear a lot of these things about the tsunamis, if there's an earthquake that happens. If you go to another country on vacation or an island, are they skeptical of an earthquake? What if an earthquake rumbles and then it forces the ocean, which causes a tsunami? Do you have tsunamis in your area? Things like that. So look at all the different hazards that take place. And again, you make a list of what they are, and it could be in your area. And again, add things like I said before, what's around your area? Do you have a river? Do you have a stream that can flood? What kind of natural disasters? Tornadoes, hurricanes, winter storms, blizzards, earthquakes. Are you in an earthquake area? Are you on a fault line? Um, and then even take it to, do you live near a railroad track? And what kind of trains come through there? Are they passenger train, like a local, like I live here in Chicago. We have Amtrak trains. We have regular freight trains that carry freight up to hazardous materials, chemicals, and even passenger trains like our local or Amtrak. And what kind of lines are you on? What kind of hazardous materials? If you don't know any of that stuff, do research. And again, this will be great for kids, even preteens or your teenagers. They can go in and do a lot of research work for you because there's so much on the internet. You can contact like your railroad companies or, like I said again, your emergency management, and they know all this information. Once you start building that, and then like I said earlier, it's like a skeleton and it's an outline of your emergency plan, then you start building. And then in my next video, we'll take that list and start building on what to do, what are the hazards, how to prepare it, what to do if it does happen. So again, make your hazard assessment. And again, check out my Facebook page. I'll even put some information below in the comments what a hazard assessment is and some examples. So if you can't remember in this video. So again, take the time, look at your hazards. If you have a business, it's the same situation. Think about what you do at home and now transfer it to your business, and how does it affect your business and all the different things that relate to business. So basically, a hazard assessment, no matter which way it goes, a home or a business, it's almost the same identical thing. It's just, you're doing a home and a business. And again, once you establish that, then you can start building your preparedness, your emergency preparedness plan. So I hope this helps what a hazard assessment again is. And again, an example, just a reminder. I know I'm throwing this all again and again and again, but some people don't know what a hazard assessment is and what hazards are. Again, take a look at your house, and hazards could be toys sitting in the living room. When I was a child, I used to play, I don't know why, but I used to find it fascinating with the outlets, the electrical outlets. That's why you see some places where they put plastic inside the electrical outlets so children don't put their fingers in. Well, that's a hazard. And again, if you have a gas stove, you have a gas heater, if you have electricals, to go outside, branches, if you got a river nearby, what kind of natural disasters, snow, sleet, blizzards, things like that. And then again, list that up and then start building your plan. I hope this helps. And again, like I said, check out my Facebook page, give you more information, and then the comments down below. We'll see you next time. And our next video, we'll be talking about, again, building those hazards to what to do next. Take care, everybody.